Hey, welcome back. So, yeah, I usually switch games every other week, but I want a 100% Tunic, and I don't want to wait 2 weeks to play it. I want to play it every week. And then in my free time, I do all the extra stuff. So I want to do that tonight, and that'll be fun. Did I ever show you the coin thing? The coin thing is you drop coins in the well. My microphone's in the way. Okay. So, ready? Floop. And then you get, something from it. Oh, ba-da-da-da. Got two more. And I still have no idea what these do. But I have an extra one. This one does defense or something. I don't know. So I guess today I should talk a little bit about... I'll only spend one day on it because I'm talking a lot about the podcast. And I mean, it is a big deal, obviously, that I did an interview with somebody. Never did that before. I've done job interviews, but not anything like that. I did kind of make a conscious choice to not talk too much about the YouTube channel, because I don't know, one of the questions that she asked me was tell us about the YouTube channel, and I didn't really talk about it at all. I have to get out of this place, and I don't know how. Okay, so here's my thought. I don't want to make this about the YouTube channel. This is more important things than this stupid YouTube thing. The YouTube thing is a tool that I've been using to help me, just like everything else. Just like the voice memos, just like therapy, just like improv. It's, because, when she first started, the pre-interview ramble preamble ramble, she's like, oh, I never had a YouTuber on the podcast before. And I'm like, I don't want to be a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. There's a connotation there that I care about YouTube. And it's YouTube is a very cool place where you can post videos, and it's good for social anxiety. But I didn't think that would be interesting. I got a little bit flustered once during the podcast. Maybe she'll cut it out. I don't know. Once, I got flustered a million times. And I don't know how to get out of here. So I'm a little flustered. How did I get here? I know where I have to go. There's a treasure chest up there. I didn't mention... She asked me, we were just kind of talking, and she asked me, tell me about the social aspect of YouTube. And I hadn't prepared for that question. That was just kind of an off-the-cuff question, and I do wish that I had a better answer than what I said, which was basically nothing, really. The social aspect has been helpful. It's been a huge thing. Maybe I should talk about that here more. but I didn't prepare again for it. And now I'm asking myself the question. I'm like, I didn't prepare for that. Why'd you bring it up? Okay, I'm just gonna go in there. I felt bad because I didn't mention. I guess there was two people that I could have mentioned, Mark and Gladys, and Samantha. And I only mentioned Dalton. But I do feel like Dalton's on another tier of... Yeah, I shouldn't say that. But Dalton is like... He's been watching so much for the past, like, year plus. And I don't know if I would even keep doing this. It's hard to think about, like... I feel, like, weird saying that because it puts a lot of pressure on him to keep watching or whatever. And I don't want to ever make you feel weird about watching. But, like, you really were the only one. And you still kind of are for a long time. So there might have been a point where I just made the videos private if nobody was watching, and I just... But it's hard because part of the aspect that is like social, like, so I really did want people... I remember saying a lot like a year ago, 2 years ago, like, I just need like one person to watch because that's it. That adds the social element. If it's just me talking by myself, it's the same thing as the voice memos. So if Dalton didn't watch, I don't know what I would be doing right now. I don't know if I'd be doing this channel. Maybe. Because I do like playing the games, and I like talking about stuff, but... What was the other note about the thing? Oh, well, sorry. I liked doing... So the experience of actually doing the podcast was really good. Like, I wasn't really nervous at all. Which is pretty interesting. Because I do remember being super nervous when I first thought of the idea. But then I just kind of thought about, like, you have 3 years worth of material on this channel to pull from. Like, just think of interesting things that you must have said, like, 3 or 4 interesting things in the past 2,000 videos you've made. Just think of a couple things that you think are interesting to answer the questions that she sends you, practice the questions, and then when she asks you in the interview, say what you practiced. And that's what I did. And it went well. And so, like, another cool part of doing a social anxiety podcast is, like, I do have a bit of imposter syndrome, I'm sure. And so it's kind of funny because the imposter syndrome on a social anxiety podcast is that you don't have social anxiety enough to be on the podcast, right? That would be that version of imposter syndrome. So the cool thing is, like, if you mess up and you're awkward and weird, then you're actually proving that you have social anxiety and that you deserve to be on the podcast. So anytime you mess up, it's kind of like good. And I noticed that with improv too, is like, I mentioned that to the therapist, and she's like, oh, I'm noticing a theme. Like, with improv and with the podcast, you feel comfortable making mistakes. In improv, you're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to say stupid stuff. But I don't feel comfortable making mistakes anywhere else. So I need to do that. Anything else with the podcast? I'm just going to spend one day on it because I did the pre-thing, and I did... I just got distracted. I think the person upstairs is running their sink or something. Okay, so this is what I have to do. I gotta light up these 4 towers. Um, but so yeah, the experience of doing the podcast was really good. I liked it. And the therapist even asked me, like, did you enjoy it? And I was like, yeah, I think I actually did like doing it. Because it was similar to improv. In that I felt comfortable doing it. When we do the Zoom meetings, I do the Zoom meeting every week. I try to go. It's at 12 o'clock. So it was today. And I don't really talk when I do those, which is bad. I should. But something else I noticed at improv this week is, like, we did a 3-person scene, and that was really hard because I just let the other 2 people talk the whole time. And I was like, it was obviously, right? So when we're on the Zoom call, there's like 6 people, and I'm just like, well, it's really hard to interject. It's not hard to interject when it's just 2 people, or when it's just 1 person, like right now. But when there's more than 2 people, it's really hard. I'm just like, you 2 guys, just do it. You talk. I'm like, I don't know why I always default to that, and it's I have to get over that and be like, listen to me. I don't know. What do you think about the lighting today? I changed my seat, so I'm facing the window, but obviously I didn't open the window. I'm never gonna open that window. I don't think I've ever opened that window because it faces the street, and like people walk by, and I'm like, I don't want you seeing in here, my business. Stay out of my business, streetwalkers. I've never opened that window. I kind of like it though, because like, it's a really nice window. And when my parents come, like, I can show them the window, and I know they'll like it. They'll be like, oh, this is a really nice window, and you can see outside. Like, yeah, it is. And that'll make me feel good, like, I picked a good place to live. My parents like my window. That'll make me happy. But I never open it. Because I have my TV right there. And, like, sometimes I'm watching ASMR people. And, like, it's just a really close-up face of just, like, a girl's face whispering. And it's like, that would be so embarrassing if someone walked by and they saw that. What's that guy watching? But anyway, we're making progress. So there's a boss after you in the Great Library. Did I do all 4 yet? No, I gotta do this one. Dalton, you didn't tell me that it bothered you that I had infinite health, so I'm gonna keep that. Oh, what? Oh, was that a secret? Oh, cool. I didn't know about that. What is that bone? I think they just exploded the secret there. Okay, did I ever show you the whip? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye.